Good morning and welcome to Professor Waters' class. I am Kalia Patterson.
I am Shaylin Spencer.
And I am Corey Samuel.
And we are Group 2.
We recently interviewed Mr. Staples from the story Just Walk On, a black male ponders his powers to alter public space by Brent Staples. According to the story, Staples is a 22-year-old African-American male who moved to New York from a little town of Cheshire, Pennsylvania. Coming from an area where people like him lost their lives at such a young age, by him moving to New York, he thought it was going to be different, until one late evening, he was walking along a deserted street called in Hyde Park, when he came across a Caucasian lady well-dressed. As he walks along, he noticed that there was a certain amount of distance between him and the well-dressed lady. She kept looking, glancing back like she was worried or afraid. To her, he was a young male who's 6 feet and 2 inches tall, with a beard and hair. Staples also states that he had a bulky military jacket on with his hands stuck in his pockets. The lady picked up her pace and it looked as if she started running. Staples brought to our attention that within seconds she disappeared across the street. We have reporter Aaliyah with Mr. Staples live all the way in New York.
Hi, I am reporter Leah Johnson here, and I'm here with Mr. Staples. So, Mr. Staples, tell me, how did you feel when you noticed the amount of distance between you guys?
When I noticed the amount of difference between us, I felt as if I had did something or maybe looked at her the wrong way, and I'm pretty sure I didn't look at her the wrong way.
Why'd you feel like that?
Because I was walking down the street and she kept glancing back at me, so I just I looked back.
So do you think it was your appearance that made her feel that type of way?
It probably was because I'm a young African American male and I had on my jacket, my military jacket with my hands in my pocket, so maybe that ticked her off.
Okay, but you know you didn't do anything, so still why?
Because you never know what goes through people's head. Maybe she thought I looked at her the wrong way, in a pleasant way, but I noticed that when she kind of picked up her pace, when she glanced back at me.
Well, do you know anyone like you had that experience before?
No, not really. I never heard of anybody.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Staples, for sharing your story with us today. That concludes our Going Live. Now let's take it back to the office with Kalia.
Well, thank you, Aaliyah. To me, a 22-year-old African-American man should not be judged on the way he looks. The book should not be judged by its cover. According to Mr. Staples, he was just a graduate and now arriving at the University of Chicago, meaning that he was actually making something out of himself. As an African-American male or female, we should not be judged on the way we look because others do not know our stories. Staples stated how he felt embarrassed because she made him feel as if though he should have gave her a little more space. And to me, I feel as if no one should feel that way just for doing what they have to do in life. Staples did not want to be labeled as none of those bad names.
I personally would not want anyone in this world to be worried or afraid of me. It came to a point where people looked at Staples as a threat. When he walked by cars with people in it, he noticed how people locked their doors and pulled up their windows. Staples said women feared him the worst in Brooklyn. When women see him, they get that image in their head and they do not see anything good, but only bad. They think they're in danger when they see a young black man just doing his thing. Maybe they think of violence, I don't know. I wouldn't want anyone to look at me or any of the other African American males in this country as people who always want trouble, and they surely do not want to be thought of as suspects either.
Being black in America is not at all a bad thing. It's just a race, and we know that we are more than what others think of us.
Thank you for watching Group 2 and Mrs. Woodard class. Once again, I am Shaylin Spencer.
I am Kalia Patterson.
And I am Corey Samuel.
I'm Aaliyah Johnson as the reporter.
And I am Darian Harry as Mr. Staples.
And this concludes our story. Have a blessed day.